Let's talk about initiative, persistence, and momentum. Oh, and inertia. Let's talk about those. What does it take to start you? What does it take to stop you? And what does it take to get you to change your speed or your direction? Hi, I'm Charles Burke, and I help people answer these questions about themselves in ways that they can use and improve their life. Benjamin Franklin is remembered for a lot of things. He flew the kite and discovered that electricity was the same as lightning. He invented bifocal glasses. He did a lot of things. He was ambassador to France at one time, and he's remembered for all those big things. But one thing that most people don't remember is that he got started very early in life, and he was really, really interested in improving himself, making himself a more effective, more dependable person. Dependable to who? To himself. Now, when he was just a young guy, young teenager, he started writing things. His brother had a small print shop. And among other things, he printed it was like a little local mini newspaper. Well, young Ben decided he wanted to write for that newspaper, but he was just a kid. So he started writing things about the people in the neighborhood. And he would tell about Mrs. Jones this, Mr. Smith that, but he always made them funny and interesting. And then he thought, aha. He didn't put his name on it. He slid it under the front door of his brother's print shop like an anonymous submission. And his brother, fresh copy, fresh content. Oh man, that's the dream of every newsman, every publisher. They're dead without content. So yeah, of course he snapped it up. It was funny and fun. It was good writing. So he ran it. He ran it for a little while before he ever found out it was little Ben doing all that funny writing. Well, at that point, he couldn't say, no, it's you, so I can't write it. I can't run it. He couldn't say, no, you're too young, because clearly he wasn't too young. So he started running it. Well, little Ben, Benjamin Franklin, was a self-starter, had the energy to drive the vision, but he also had some bad habits. So he powered along till about age 20, discovering along the way that he really liked to eat too much. And he liked to drink a little too much, a little too often. He liked the ladies a little too much, a little too often. So he sat down and decided that there are 13 virtues that I want to develop in my life and in myself. He wrote them out, made a list of the 13 virtues, and then he thought, now, if I try to do all of this at one time, that's going to be like what we would call eating the elephant in a single bite. He knew that wouldn't be practical. So he took one at a time. Now, let me read to you the virtues that, let me read to you the virtues that he chose to develop. Temperance. People kind of know that one. Eat not to dullness, drink not to elevation. Silence. Speak not but what may benefit yourself or others. Order. Let everything have its own place. Resolution. Follow through on what you decide to do. Frugality. Fancy word meaning be careful what you spend. Industry. Lose no time. Always be employed. In other words, don't waste a bunch of time Don't end up at the end of the day with nothing much to show for it. And then the next day, and then the next day. Of course, they didn't have televisions and couches back then. Well, perhaps couches, but no television. So they didn't have couch potatoes, but they had the equivalent. They had the pub dogs, they had the bar flies. Another, sincerity. Use no hurtful deceit, think innocently. Justice. Wrong nobody by doing injuries. Moderation, avoid extremes. Cleanliness, tranquility. Don't get all excited over little stuff. Sort of sail over across it. Chastity. Rarely use venery except for health or offspring. Well, I don't know how well he followed that, but it says loads about him that he tried. And humility. Imitate Jesus and Socrates. Now, these were the virtues that he wanted to cultivate. And so he went to work on them. He'd work on one for a while, and then the next one, then the next one, 13 of them, 13 weeks, 1 week at a time. And then he got to the end of that. All done and dusted. No, he started back at the beginning again. Cycle through them, cycle through them, cycle through them. And that's the way he became more than just an exceptional kid. He became a world changer. He became the guy who's on American money. He became the guy who was able to identify lightning as electricity, was able to figure out that, well, one pair of glasses is good for seeing at a distance, but the other pair of glasses is good for seeing close up. What if I split them apart and put the two halves together? Distance, close up, distance, close up. Why not? That's how he became that guy. Now, how about you? How hard are you working on your virtues? How hard do you want to work on your virtues? Need a little help? It's good to have a buddy to work with, somebody that can keep you responsible, kind of watch you and you watch them, and you both keep each other on track. And you even go out and find a responsibility partner for learning how to talk without stumbling over your words, maybe. In any case, it's easy to do. It just takes doing it one little step at a time, one little step at a time. Now, your cycle might be 13 weeks like Benjamin Franklin, or it might be 4 weeks, 3 days, or a year, whatever feels right for you, but then do it. If you can't find a partner to work with, try a coach. Find a mentor or a coach, somebody you respect, somebody who gets results for people. Work with them, whatever it takes. But make your list. Make a list not of the house and the bank account and all the huge lofty goals you want to reach. Make a list of the little stuff, the stuff inside you that you can change if you'll just make your list and work the list. I'm Charles Burke, and I help people not only make their list, I help them work their list and be who they really are.